Welcome back to Battlefield 2042. In this video we are going to be talking about some major changes that are going to be making their way into the game at some point, hopefully very soon. So we're going to be taking a look at an article from Video Games Chronicle. It will be linked in the description. Battlefield 2042 will be getting a new map called Exposure. 64-player matches are also coming to PC, PS5 and Xbox Series X and S for a limited time. We will go through exactly why they are bringing 64-player matches to the new or the current generation of gaming, whichever way you want to call it. We will go through that at the end, unless it is mentioned in this article. I've just briefly gone over it. So, DICE has begun teasing a new Battlefield 2042 map called Exposure. EA claimed in a GameSpot interview that Exposure takes map design to a whole new level, although it wasn't ready to reveal any specifics. Prior to the game's release last month, DICE confirmed that Battlefield 2042 Season 1 will not launch until 2022. We are getting weekly missions and stuff. We'll go through it all as we carry on with this article. When it does arrive, the studio said that Season 1 will include a new specialist, a battle pass, and portal content. And then it's quoted here, and maybe even some new sights to see, so the map could actually be releasing alongside Season 1. Prior to that, DICE will introduce weekly missions and rewards plus limited time modes. EA said limited time matchmaking modes will enable Conquest and Breakthrough to be played with 64 players on PC, PS5, and the Xbox Series consoles, and currently the modes support 128 players on those platforms, while the PS4 and Xbox One versions are capped at 64. I'm really hoping when the Series X, because that's the platform I play on, when it does get the 64 player modes, I'm really hoping we get the smaller map size, because reducing 128 players, cutting it in half down to 64, on the maps as big as they currently are, yeah, that's going to be 10 minutes of running around before you die, instead of 5. Then there are a couple of basically sentences talking about updates, but they're updates that have already happened. The one we had in early December, and then the biggest update they've done as well. EA have told GameSpot DICE is working to bring back fan favourite systems, such as a scoreboard. I mean, it's not really fan favourite, it's a fundamental feature. And it previously said adding in-game voice chat was on the roadmap too. In a Twitter thread on Thursday, that Thursday being the 2nd of December, DICE have said Battlefield 2042's live service model is providing the studio with exciting new opportunities that let us explore with more creative freedom than before. But it also hinted that the Santa-themed skins that were leaked earlier may not be introduced following fan criticism. And I've seen memes and people just taking the piss out of it, and it's some of the puns and stuff people are basically making, saying that we're not going to feel Santa's presence in the game, and also every article I've read is saying that DICE have decided to sack Santa skins coming into the game. It's ridiculous. But today, some of you accidentally got a glimpse of some holiday-themed cosmetics, and we wanted to help clarify their intended usage. That's exactly what was written on Twitter. Development for live service requires us to work months in advance and enables us to have options when we reach key moments in our first year. Today we have other priorities, and so whilst we have the skins we presently, there is again, have no plans to utilise all of them this holiday. And then obviously EA have announced their plans to create a connected Battlefield universe, alongside widespread changes to the franchise's development structure. As part of the new plans, DICE General Manager Oscar is set to leave EA altogether, and Respawn and Infinity Ward co-founder Vince Zampella is going to take on a new role as the overseer of the entire Battlefield franchise. And then it talks about Halo designer Marcus starting up a new studio in Seattle. We've already covered that on the channel. The new or the current generation of consoles, the PS5, the Xbox Series X and S, and PC, will for a limited time be getting 64-player matches. That's going to be incredible to test if it is the 128-player capacity causing performance issues. So the reason I think they've done that is because the Series S and X, from what I've heard, this hasn't happened to me, but both consoles are apparently suffering huge performance issues which is likely caused by the 128 player matches. But not only that, the thing that's kind of irritated me, I want to do a little bit more research into it. You might see a video like separate talking about that specifically, but the consoles are reportedly turning themselves off. So EA and DICE need to do something, and that something is for over the holiday period, release 64 player matches to see if like dumbing down the amount of players in a match will increase performance and make it a much more stable experience. They need to do something quick regardless, because it's coming up to Christmas, more people playing the game, and if it's going to be like turning consoles off, if there's going to be performance issues everywhere, people are going to be incredibly angry. So there's going to have more criticism than they've already got. And if they're wanting to turn it into a major franchise, like they want to really, really push the franchise, because it's already a major franchise, but if they want to really, really push it and make it way bigger than it's ever been before, then they need to fix things quick. I'm not expecting anything to really be fixed. I'm not expecting fixes to happen for like the first year, like proper fixes to all the balancing of the weapons, adding new weapons in, new maps, all that sort of stuff, because it's live service, and it's the biggest live service they've ever worked on. They said it's even bigger than Battlefield 5. I mean, there's like more live service to this game, Battlefield 2042, than there ever was to Battlefield 5. Alongside all that though, and the issues and everything in the game, it's been reported that Battlefield 2042 had 4.2 million sales, or around that figure, in the first week, which I've also read makes it the second biggest launch in the entire franchise. And I think it's only second to Battlefield 3. So, what we've taken from this, the major changes coming to Battlefield 2042, is we're going to have 64 player matches on the Series X, S, PS5, PC. We're jumping into pre-season, which is the weekly missions and everything. That's going to start warming us up to get us ready for Season 1. Season 1's coming early 2022. And we're getting fan favourite or fundamental features that are still missing, like the scoreboard and in-game chat. However, there's no release window for those. But what we're going to do is wrap the video up. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it.